but it doesn't make the other person's incorrect because they're placing that value in a different aspect of the shoe. You may have heard in a few of my recent videos talking about the need to pack up all of the shoes in here, all of the recording equipment for the studio. I'm also going to touch on the number of collaborations that you've seen, heard about, and I'm kind of setting the expectation for moving forward. Share a bit about why I'm doing those. Stick around for a bonus topic at the end talking about the value in shoes, and I'll share my response about how I gauge the value of shoes and specifically like how I determine if a shoe that I want to purchase, whether or not the value is there. As you can see, this is a vlog of me basically going through packing up all 35 pairs of my shoes, all of the audio, video, recording, lighting equipment. Folks that are in this community of traditional footwear and collecting that traditional footwear would really have to deal with. It's kind of a relatable issue that we all have, and maybe we haven't had to deal with it yet, but eventually we probably will. We remodeled our floors, put in new hardwood floors throughout the entire house, so I needed to get all of the expensive, delicate items like out of here so that while they were working on the floors, they were stored safely and securely. They weren't going to go into storage for a long time. I really needed a solution to safely contain them for like 2 or 3 days max. I basically just packed these up in their shoe bags, put them in these Rubbermaid containers, and stored them in a safe and dry place. And then once all of the work was complete, I brought all of those containers back up, and then here you can see me laying the pairs out and getting everything back together. One of the benefits of doing this, even if you don't have to, maybe just something to think about doing if you are finding yourself kind of overwhelmed with the pairs and just with collectibles in general, is this really helped me get through the clutter and figure out, like, do I really want to pack up this pair of shoes, or am I better off just selling it? Do I really want to pack up this extra camera or this extra lighting equipment, or do I just want to sell it? And it really allowed me to figure out which pairs or which items I was just holding on to, but in reality I just don't need. So I was able to get rid of some of the extra items and pass those on to folks who hopefully will really need, enjoy, and benefit from having those. Having to break all of this down, the benefit there is just having the opportunity to kind of like remodel the layout of everything. If you look at the setup of the desk and my filming station, my goal here is to really have something that's like always set up and always ready to either record a video. The routine of having to set something up every single time, it's really like the biggest barrier to being creative and making a video like this. So the fact that this is now at least always set up with like one camera. The lights are now attached to the walls. It's just a couple of screws into the studs, and those are now secure. It's not stuff that's on the floor or on the desk. It just really opens up a lot of space and makes this more of an efficient workspace, which is really great. Collaborations here. So if you've been watching a lot of the recent videos, you've seen more and more collaborations, and in each of those you've been hearing me set the expectation that there will continue to be more and more collaborations here. The downside is paid content, or the more collaborations they have, sponsored videos, it just makes it harder to differentiate what is actually their word versus like what is it that they are making a video about because they have to. There are two main situations, basically one where I reach out to them and I propose a collaboration, or the second one is they reach out to me and they're the ones proposing the collaboration, or rather just asking me to review one of their products. First, it's got to be value, and that means value for me, value for them, the business, as well as you, the viewer. Now, when I reach out to a business or a shoemaker and propose a collaboration, I take this pretty seriously because I don't really do that many. I write up a proposal of what it is that I'm asking for, what it is that I can provide in return, be it my time, my skill sets with photography, videography, audio, as well as the exposure to my community via my platforms, why it's going to be worthwhile and beneficial for them to agree to move forward with collaborating. Basically, I'm going to buy whatever it is that I'm asking for, most likely either way. I get what I was going to buy anyway, and I can basically barter or trade experience that I have in creating this content for a very large audience on Instagram and YouTube. We'll both get that equal benefit out of it. Basically a win-win, and ideally for all of you, a third win. When someone reaches out to me proposing a review or asking me for a review, I have to be interested and excited in the product. If I'm not, it's not going to be an enjoyable video for you, the viewer, or for me, because I need to be excited and I need to be interested in what it is that I'm looking at and talking about. The next thing is making sure that I have that ownership and freedom to say what it is that I want to say, create what it is that I want to create, and they understand that they're not going to find out what that's going to be or when that's going to be until everyone else does. Then game on, pretty much. I feel I can increase the number of collaborations without actually compromising any of the values or principles I just described. It helps to keep the focus and the scope of the channel fresh and expanding for myself as well as all of the viewers and potentially new members. Just like there's value in these collaborations, there's value in shoes, and this is one of the most subjective ways of quantifying the quality of a shoe. Basically, it boils down to it only matters exactly what it is that you want and feeling okay that you're buying the shoe for you to wear and enjoy. You're not buying it to make other people happy or to fulfill what somebody else wants. Excited to kind of turn the page on the chapter for the channel here and appreciate you guys. Appreciate all the support, and we'll see you soon. Thanks.